welcome to another SAP Ariba Customer Self-Service video. Today, I will be discussing the use of transformation cost terms in reverse transformation auctions. Transformation cost terms allow you to compare pricing in a competitive bid for somewhat dissimilar products or services. They can transform supplier prices to account for factors like quality, switching costs, slight differences to scope, etc. Bid transformation terms can come in the forms of numeric adders, subtractors, multipliers, and percent discounts, although the latter are more common in total cost auctions, another type of advanced auction. These adders, subtractors, and multipliers, defined by you, the buyer, can be used to account for factors like transportation and logistic costs, performance, quality, taxes, and duties, elements that may not be fully captured in supplier-provided pricing. Of course, this auction type and term should be used to bring somewhat dissimilar goods and services into better comparison. Market research, strategic definition, and/or an initial RFP are recommended as part of the strategic sourcing process. If we think of all the different goods and services that an organization might take to auction, we'll see that bid transformation auctions, transformation terms, tend to fit best with these categories in the potential auction and advanced auction category. These are products and services that are a bit more difficult to compare. They might inherently have differences in scope or quality from the suppliers, so you can use these bid transformation terms to bring these similar factors into comparison. It's important to note also that in the potential auction and advanced auction categories here, these tend to be the categories with more opportunity because the supplier margins tend to be a bit more intangible. Let's take a look in the solution how you can set up these bid transformation auctions. So I created an auction here with an out-of-the-box template included in your SAP Ariba sourcing solution, which is called Reverse Auction with Bid Transformation. You can go through the steps here. The first I'm going to click on is Suppliers. So let's suppose in this hypothetical auction that I have narrowed it down to two suppliers that I'll be taking to auction, DM Consulting Supplier and Stratus IT Supplier. And in the RFP process, I have identified after scope evaluation that DM Consulting Supplier has a slightly lower quality and less complete scope than Stratus IT Supplier. When we build out the pricing line items with term, we'll use that quantified difference to bring the dissimilar proposals into comparison. So I'll click on content here, and this is just regular event content creation. I'll go ahead and add a line item. I'll call it Procurement Consulting Initiative. Scroll down here. Now you'll see here in item terms, because I used the out-of-the-box reverse auction with bid transformation, there are a few additional formulas here, including total cost. This total cost formula will add the price modifiers that I add when I add my bid transformation. So I'll go ahead and say the historic price, just for savings calculation, is 150,000. My reserve, which is my target, we'll say it's 160,000. Quantity of 1, because in this case I'm bidding on a total project. So once I've done that, I'll go down here and click Add Term. I'll click up here, Add a new term, and I'll call this my proposal evaluation transformation term. Importantly here, you have to click Yes, Include in Cost. And here you'll choose whether to add it as an adder, a subtractor, a multiplier, or a discount. I personally prefer multiplier because it's very easy to give a supplier more than 100% or less than 100% using the multiplier, rather than adding one term as an adder for one supplier who might have done better in the technical evaluation and one term that is a subtractor for another. So click here, multiplier. Okay. It already changed some of the other attributes. And if you scroll down to the bottom here, you'll see for this line item, my invited participants from step 3. So here for DM Consulting Supplier, like I said, his proposal was a little bit better than Stratus IT's proposal. So let's say the total was 100 points, right? DM Consulting Supplier got a 98%, so we'll transform his bid by 0.98. And Stratus IT Supplier got a 95%, so we'll transform this one by 0.95. Okay, so we'll click OK. We'll also be required, since it is an auction, to put a minimum bid decrement, so we'll put 2. and we'll protect the lead bid with a front and back end buffer of 1%. Now here you can see this little icon. This shows that we have participant-specific initial values for the total cost. And if you click on the total cost formula here and we view it, we'll see that automatically the cost adder terms that we added to this auction have been pulled into the formula. So we have price times the proposal valuation transformation term times the quantity. Of course, after you've created your first line item, depending on your lotting strategy and how many total line items are in the auction, you'd have to repeat this for each item. You can accelerate that process by using the simplified Excel import for content creation. Just to summarize the format of a bid transformation auction, of course, you'll have the extended price, which is provided by the supplier, plus, for example, a switching cost that would be provided by you, the buyer, as an adder, and a performance modifier that can be added as a multiplier, which would then equal the total cost, which is visible to you in the system when you're comparing the bids. I thank you for watching this customer self-service video on bid transformation. If you have any further questions, you can search bid transformation on SAP Ariba Connect or on the help menu, or reach out to your customer engagement executive.